Hello, everyone. Hello, my name is Terry, and welcome to my kitchen. Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a good day so far. We're having a lovely day over here, so we're going to have a good time. Let's get started. So, today on the menu, we are going to be making Tipsy orange glazed salmon. Uh, First, let me if y'all in the comments, I see a few people here. If you're in the comments, let me know if you can hear me. I just want to make sure everyone can hear me well. But yeah, so we're gonna be making tipsy orange glazed salmon. So we're gonna be having some liquor with the orange glaze over a perfectly cooked salmon. So if you read the description, you know what type of liquor I'm using. My liquor of choice. We already got somebody in the building saying hello. Who we got here? Brian Mason with Smoke and Talk Podcast. Happy Wednesday from Baltimore. Happy Wednesday to you too, Brian. Thank you so much for being here. Brian is a part of the Smoke and Talk podcast, so make sure y'all check them out here on YouTube. They were live a few hours earlier. So yeah, make sure you check them out. They can go ahead and drop their link in the chat, so that way everybody can subscribe to them. So if you're coming in, be sure to say hello if you'd like to be acknowledged. If not, it's okay. You can watch from the clouds, as they say. But please make sure you go ahead and like the video so we can have more people joining the party. All right, y'all. So, in addition to our tipsy orange glazed salmon, we're going to be making some jasmine rice. Y'all know I love rice. We're going to have some rice today with our salmon. And then also, I'm going to be making some broccolini. We got somebody else here joining us today from Facebook. My dear friend, Betty. Hello, Betty. She says hello. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. We got some things to cook, but we also got some things to talk about. If you saw the thumbnail, you know, we're going to be talking about the table, the proverbial table. Oh, we got someone else here. Derek Gaines, he says, hello. I had trouble getting in the chat. YouTube doesn't like me. You know what? YouTube is acting silly. My computer, I already could tell the way that my intro was going. I was like, we might have some problems today. Hopefully, I don't struggle stream today. But if I do, y'all, just blame it on the technology. But thank you so much for being here, Derek. Oh, we're using Derek's bowls, the bowls that Derek got me. So shout out to you. Who else we got in the chat? Selena Mason is here. Salute to our sister, my sexy is strong. Thank you so much, sis. Selena, Brian's wife, is a part of the Smoke and Talk podcast. So again, make sure y'all check them out. All right, y'all. So like I said, we're gonna be making salmon, we're gonna be making rice, broccolini, and we're gonna be talking a little bit about relationships. Let me just say, I am not I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the water for my rice so we can get that started. I am not a relationship expert, y'all. So when I do talk about relationships, one thing you'll notice, I'm never giving people advice because I am not a matchmaker. I'm not a relationship expert. I am not married. So I am not here to try to tell anybody what to do. But y'all know I'm a social worker, former social worker. I know how people interact with one another. So I take my logic and reason from that, plus my experiences. I've dated a guy or two. So just from my experiences, what I know about human beings, and what just seems right. And that's what we're going to talk about. So let me go ahead and start seasoning the salmon while I introduce y'all to the topic. All right. So I think I told y'all I like to watch all types of stuff on YouTube. I watch all different types of content. And the other day, I found myself watching a video from this channel called Psych Hacks. I was somehow introduced, either one of my friends told me about this channel, or we got a question in the chat. We got Swift72 in the building. He says, would this recipe go well with chicken? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can do this with chicken. Honestly, so the thing about like any type of glaze, the thing is the real trick here is making the glaze. The glaze can go on top of anything. It can go on top of salmon. It can go over shrimp. You can put it over any type of fish. Chicken would be really good. Some pan-seared chicken. I actually thought about chicken, but I was like, I'm kind of tired of chicken. I'm eating a whole lot. So that's why I decided to go ahead with the salmon. But you can definitely substitute the salmon for chicken breast, or even chicken thighs. Smoke and Talk. Yes, he says, what's up, y'all? Baltimore in the building. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out Smoke and Talk podcast. If you can go ahead and drop your link in the chat. I have 4 salmon fillets. I'm going to go ahead and season up really quickly. Y'all see me using my bowl that Derek got me off of the Amazon wish list for the channel. He's so generous. Thank you very much again. So yeah, I'm not a relationship expert, y'all, but I do dibble and dabble sometimes into the relationship talk. And I just feel like I think I have a good perspective to offer because of my interactions with humans as a social worker. That's it. Because I think it was on Theo's podcast today, the Do Better podcast. He said something about a lot of people don't have critical thinking skills. And I 1000% agree. So this is one of the reasons why I want to discuss things like relationships. Let's see. Brian Mason. Oh, okay. Brian was saying duck is good, referring to the glaze. Duck is very good, and it would be great with the glaze. Glamorous D. Shout out to Glamorous D. Thank you so much for being here. I think I saw you earlier on Theo's podcast. And yes, duck does have a lot of grease. Duck breast. It's higher in fat. And so you do have to be mindful of that. But I mean, if it's like a little situation where we having a good time, maybe we won't mind the grease. But y'all know, because I'm cooking for health, I definitely like to cut as much extraness. So cut some fat, cut some sugar, all those types of things. So on my salmon, very quickly, I added some kosher salt. I added this Jamaican style grill spice. It is the Simple Truth organic brand from Kroger, or out here it's called Fry's. Why is my phone going off? So this particular seasoning is very, very low in sodium. So that is why I'm also using some kosher salt. I'm going to season the salmon with that, along with some garlic powder, because I use garlic powder all the time on everything. Okay, so back to the YouTube channel. So Psych Hacks is the YouTube channel that I was watching the other day. It's a guy, he's a psychologist out of he's out of California. I want to say San Diego. I've somehow found him like maybe over a year ago. One of my friends might have sent me him, or I don't know about y'all YouTube algorithm, but mine is crazy. So I'm always getting all types of recommendations. And so I found his video, and he talks a lot about men and women relationships and interactions, not even just romantic, but just the interactions of humans. And especially because it's a popular topic, we all grown, everybody want to have a partner. What do we talk about? Relationships. So I'm going to play a clip of the video that I watched. The name of the video is entitled, "Do You Only Want Sex? What women don't understand about their relationships." So, of course, because of the title, I was like, oh, this sounds very interesting. Let me go ahead and check this out. So I clicked the link, y'all. The video is about 11 minutes. I'm not going to play the full 11 minutes. I'm going to show y'all about a 2-minute clip that's more relevant to the conversation I would like to have. I thought, what's his name? Dr. Taraban. I thought he made such an amazing, amazing point. And I felt like, I wanted to show y'all this because I feel like it offers a different perspective from the traditional relationship talk that we hear here on YouTube. Look who is here. We got Mona D in the building. She says hello. Thank you so much for joining, Mona. Thank you so much for being here. Mona's one of our moderators. Mona is also a YouTube content creator. She has 2 channels, one by herself and one with her kids. Mona's going to drop her link and make sure y'all check her out. I do believe she said she's going live tomorrow. If that's the case, I believe she said she's going live tomorrow. The glaze will help remove or tone down on the grease. Yeah, it will. It will. And also the way that you cook the duck, if you do want to cook duck, that's going to help with the fattiness of it, like how greasy it is. All right. So I'm going to show y'all this clip because it's good. And I'm just excited for y'all to see this guy, this little dorky looking man. Don't shoot me because I said he dorky looking, because he is, but he cool. All right. Yes, Mona goes live tomorrow, y'all. So this is Dr. Taraban. It's this little dorky looking Ken dude. All right. The clip is about 2 minutes long, about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So I'm going to listen here, y'all. Hopefully no commercials come up because I do not have YouTube Premium. I'm cheap. All right.
A bitter pill for some women to swallow, but I got to keep it real for you.
Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Of course. I should have played this earlier. Just a minute. Commercial break that I ain't even getting paid for. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
If you want to be seen as more than just a sexual object, you need to provide more than sexual value. If you were to go out with me, what would generally happen on the first few dates? Well, I kind of set everything up. I take the initiative and ask you out. So I'm disproportionately assuming the risk and the responsibility for both of us. I establish the time, the date, the place, and I'm going to pay for everything. On the date, I'm funny, making you laugh, charming, making you feel engaged. I'm intelligent, making you think, and I'm interested, making you feel special. In this common dating scenario, you just basically have to show up. And without sex, what exactly am I getting out of this interaction?
Uh-oh, y'all. YouTube.
Where do I get what I want?
Okay.
Do you see? So if you, the woman, want to be seen as more than just a sexual partner, then be smarter than me and teach me something I don't already know. Or be funnier than me and make me laugh. Or be more charming than me and make me feel something.
Shout out
or
to the commercial.
Be kinder than me and offer me emotional support. Or if that's too much to ask, buy me a drink. Or take some initiative so that I don't have to be responsible for every last detail of the
Shout out to the commercials and the
interaction. I already have plenty to do, and my time and resources are not limitless. Unpopular opinion, but it's your responsibility to demonstrate that you have more to offer than simply sex. But if you're not funny, and you're not that smart, and you're not treating me to anything, and you're not taking initiative or responsibility, and you're not particularly kind or supportive, well, what else is on the menu? That is a real, honest question. And you need to think about that. And you have to understand that the value proposition here is relative. You may think that you're funny and smart and sugar and spice and everything nice, but are you funny and smart and what have you relative to me?
All right, y'all. I'm going to stop there because he started going into other stuff and we ain't having that type of conversation today. But, yeah, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I felt like it was a good clip. I see Brian in the chat already saying facts. He said facts already. Mona D is going live tomorrow, so make sure y'all check her out. Selena, she asked, you're in Arizona or Cleveland? That's a long way to come for a plate, but I might have to take that flight. I'm in Arizona. I'm from Cleveland, but I live in Arizona. I've lived here for over 9 years. It'll be 10 years next year. So yes, I'm damn near an Arizona native now. I've been here a long time. So Smoke and Talk, shout out to the commercials. All right, all right. Let me see. What does Derek have to say? That hardly happens. All the dates I've been on, 90% of them of the time I've paid. Oh yeah, look, I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. You can call me hypergamous, you can call me whatever. If you ask me on a date, you better be paying for it. That's all I got to say. If I want to pay for the date, I'm gonna ask you. Period. Just know that. However, yes. So Dr. Terabin, he talked about a few different things in this clip. But the main thing that I really wanted to like bring up was the whole what do you bring to the table situation. And I like the perspective that he gave for this particular like dating situation. He says, like, just to kind of recap, he said, if I'm taking you out, I'm gonna pay for everything, right? So like what you doing? Are you funny? Are you charismatic? You know, are you full of information? Am I learning something? Like, what's the value proposition, right? So we're gonna start there. Value proposition, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people discuss in the relationship realm, but they don't really like have a term to give it. And so, like, we kind of skip over that a lot. People talking about, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? And people talking about, I am the table. Shut up. We're not talking about that. We're not going to say that. I hate when people say that. Soraya Christie says 100%. I don't know if she's referring to Dr. Terabin or me when I said, if you ask me out on a date, you going to pay for it. I pay, you tip. That's what Derek said. I've done that before. I don't mind tipping. I'll people like, hey boo, here a few dollars to put on top of homegirl tip. She was good. She topped my drink off nice. Let's see. Smoking Talk. He says, okay, subscribe to Mona D's channel. Brian Mason says, a lot of women don't know what they bring to the table. There's an opinion. And Soraya, she's agreeing with me about the whole date situation. I'm just saying, y'all, that's not the topic of conversation, but I'm just saying. So, just so y'all know, for those who just came in, I did see Leslie Peach Tolliver is on Facebook. She is here today. My sister, she says, I've added to the tip, but not the date. All right. I'm just saying. I mean, I've never really been in a situation where a dude's like, okay, you go Dutch. I ain't never been in that. Sorry. Honestly, I've never had a situation where a guy asked me out and he wasn't going to pay for it. Like, no matter what his income level. And I've dated men that have various income levels. I've dated a guy who really didn't make that much money, and I've dated a guy who made a nice living. So, no matter what, I feel like, and I'm gonna get to this later, but I feel like there are just some basic things that both men and women bring to the table, to the proverbial table, that like it goes without saying. It just looks different for their lifestyle. But before we get to that point, I really want to touch on this whole value proposition situation, because I think that's a key point, a key factor that people don't recognize. So, what is value proposition? Just so y'all know, we don't have a lot to cook. We don't have a lot to prep. I got my rice. Oh, my water for my rice is on. Oh, I forgot to rinse my rice. Sorry, y'all. I forgot to rinse my rice. So make sure when you are making rice, you wash it. You're just gonna, oh my God, why are people calling me? If you are making rice, you're gonna have it in a bowl, a big enough bowl, so you can put a nice amount of water in there. You're gonna rinse the water out a few times, rinse the rice with cold water, and you should want to see the water run clear. That's how you know the rice is pretty nicely washed. And all this is doing is taking the extra starch off of the rice so that it doesn't stick or clump. It just makes for a better style of rice. If you have a rice maker, go ahead and do that. I'm old school, so I just use a pot with some water. I'm going to buy a rice cooker one day, though. One day I'm going to get a rice cooker. And then with jasmine rice, I use a 1-to-1 ratio So this is 2 cups of jasmine rice I'm going to be making. And I added 2 cups of water, but I always put like an extra 1/4 of a cup of water or whatever type of liquid. So I had 2 cups of water in this pot. I added a little bit extra chicken broth. It was unseasoned or low sodium broth. And then I also added a little bit of lime juice, very little, some garlic powder. And then I also added a little chicken bouillon powder. So it's going to be nice and flavored. The rice will be nice and flavored. And then I'm just going to put it on low and put the top on and let it do its thing. I also have some broccolini that we're going to cook up with our salmon. I've seasoned the broccolini with my green seasoning and I'm going to use a little salt and pepper. They are just going to go ahead and steam in my little pot back here. So those are the 2 things we're going to be eating with our Tipsy glazed salmon. All right. Oh, we got some comments. All right. Let's go up. Oh, y'all talking, I see. I love it. All right. Before I define what value proposition is, I'm going to go over y'all comments. So Derek Gaines says, I see it now. The women get to dinner and a show. I have to be entertaining on all levels. Not if you with them. I don't know. I'm going to get to that. I see what you're saying, but I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to it. Okay, Brian Mason, because they don't know their value. Oh, he was saying a lot of women don't know what they bring to the table because they don't know their value. And that's true. And it's not a dig to women. This is something that we're basically going to cover. Like, what kind of value do you bring to someone's life? And you have to be able to recognize that for yourself. You cannot expect I can't expect y'all to just see me, some man to see me and be like, oh, Terry, she's beautiful. She is going to add value to my life. Being cute is nice. Don't get me wrong. Being cute is very nice, but it's not everything, right? Selena Mason says, say it louder for the people in the back. My sexy is strong. Stop saying you are the table, ladies. You sound crazy. Look, this is from a married woman. So don't argue with her. No, I'm just playing. Selena's laughing at Derek. Let's see. Glamorous D. If women are the table, they're unbalanced. Oh, Lord. Shadrika Jenkins said, I've been dating the same man for 12 years and I've paid and he's paid. This is a married woman, child. Miss Jenkins. Derek's laughing. Who else we got? First Man Jenkins. We here with it. Let's go. Thank you so much for being here, First Man Jenkins. I don't think I've seen you here before. So if this is your first time here, hello and welcome. Shadrika saying her. Soraya and Shadrika are speaking to each other. First Man Jenkins says that rice is going to be so good. Yes. Look, I am all about the flavor, baby. Okay. Glamorous D is hungry. Don't worry. I'm going to feed you soon. Don't worry. I'm going to feed you soon. Smoker Talk is reminding y'all, make sure you like that video, y'all. Okay. So while I'm going ahead and chopping up my garlic, because we are going to have some garlic in our Tipsy glazed. So value proposition. So according to, this is a term, if you work in corporate America, especially in sales, you've heard value proposition because it is like a sales and marketing type term. So according to Corporate Finance Institute, value proposition specifies what the company's product or service attractive, what makes the company's product or service attractive, why a customer should buy it, and how the value of the product and service is differentiated from similar offerings. Y'all hear that? I'm going to read it again because I feel like it's plain as day what he means when he said, what's the value proposition for him in the whole relationship situation, right? So again, value proposition specifies what a company, so in this term, well, I ain't even going to do that. Okay. What makes the company's product or service attractive, why a customer should purchase it, and how the value of the product or service is differentiated from similar offerings. So if we flip that from business to relationship talk, basically The value proposition is, what am I benefiting from this relationship from you that's going to differ from someone else? What do you bring that's unique to you? Okay. At least that's what my take is. And also, when it comes to relationships, the reason why I feel like a value proposition is even relevant is because I come from the school of thought that no matter what type of relationship it is, whether it's a romantic relationship or a platonic relationship, you should be adding value to everyone's life or everyone who is in your life, and vice versa. There really shouldn't be a situation where people are just existing in your life. Like, for what? We grown. I'm too grown to just be having people just here just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. Y'all talking real good in this chat. Let me see what some of these comments are saying. Y'all on this date, honey. Soraya says, I don't mind paying for a man I am actively dating. Sometimes I feel bad in New York. This man dropped $350 on dinner on our first date. So I paid for the drinks at the next stop. I've done that too. I'm good for being like, I'll buy the drinks. And ladies, I'm going to tell you this. I've experienced this before. You offer, but like, oh, we're going to go out. I'm going to buy our drinks, right? We just going out for drinks. I'll buy the drinks. Next thing, you done bought one round. He done bought all the rest of the rounds. He don't even care. The fact that you offered to take him out and buy him drinks, he don't be happy about it, girl. Trust me. Derek Gaines says, maybe that's why I don't date anymore. We're going to have to find you somebody, Derek. I'm here for everybody finding love, okay? So I don't want nobody to be out the dating game. Selena says, took the words out of my mouth. Know what your value is so you can speak on what you bring to the table. Okay. Selena says to Shadrika, sometimes I pay, sometimes my husband pays. We take each other on dates. We'll be married 10 years in September. Oh, that's so wonderful. I'm such a sucker for love. So anytime I see couples, I be so excited. Shadrika says the food be busting, y'all. So Shadrika knows me in real life. She know the food be busting. I made food for her. I was in her wedding and I made food for her bachelorette trip. Everybody was quiet because everybody was eating. All right. Oh, and Soraya says she agrees with me. That's so true. They always end up paying. Girl, men are so simple. They just want to know they appreciate it, And when you show them you appreciate them, that make them so excited. All right. So we know what value proposition is, y'all. All right. So I done chopped up all of this garlic because all of this garlic is going to go in our sauce. The next thing I got to do is get our oranges together. So we're doing an orange glaze. All right. So we got 2 oranges. I'm going to juice both the oranges because I want to make sure I have a whole lot of orange juice. And also I'm going to zest some of the orange too. So remember, let me get a little bowl to put that on. So make sure you wash your fruit when you come home. Okay. So the orange zest is literally that thin layer of skin on top of citrus. So we can zest lemons, limes, and oranges. And that is where all the natural oils of the fruit is in. And so it brings out the orange flavor even more than just using the juice. So definitely want to try it out when you're making anything with citrus. I love seasoning things with orange or, any type of citrus zest. And you only need to grate just that first layer. You don't need to go down really deep because then you're going to start to get like that bitter part of the rind. And we don't want that. We just want the nice little thin top layer. Okay. So now we know like what value proposition is. I really think it's important. One of the reasons why I feel like this conversation of what do you bring to the table and why some people, men and women, but I see a lot of this question being asked to women and some women have a hard time answering is because I don't really feel like people understand like what type of value they even want in a relationship sometimes. I think it's really important to note that what you want or need or require in a relationship. Like a lot of people are just like, oh, they just want somebody that is gonna, that, you know, people pay attention or they stress these superficial things about they want a man who makes all this money and does this and that and all other kind of stuff, but they don't really understand like what it is that they need in a mate and what they deem valuable in that mate. And so one of the reasons why I feel like people don't even know what they bring to the table is because they don't even know what they consider valuable in a relationship. Like, yes, finances are important. Yes, you know, compatibility and even sexual chemistry is important. All of those things. But we all know from dealing with people, whether platonic or romantic, that those things are just the toppings, you know, just the cherry on top. Really, you need to know like who that person is and what you can give them and what they can give you. And I think I also it's important to know like what type of relationship you're in. So in that video, it starts to talk about, I'm just juicing both the oranges. The video, the topic of the video is like women who ask men like, is it all, you know, is sex, is that all you want? And so that's where he goes on like, you know, if you want a relationship that is more than just physical, then you need to prove that you're here for more than just a good physical time, right? And so if your relationship is not going in a way that it's more than like physical, then you know that the only thing that's valuable in that relationship is sex, right? So you can't be mad that like someone is expecting, you know, this physical interaction with you when that's really all the relationship is. So, but conversely, if you are entering in a little dating situation with the goal of being in like a long-term committed relationship or a marriage, then at that point, like building a bond is huge. And from building a bond, that's when you start to understand the value, not only that you bring to that person or what you can bring, what that person actually sees is valuable. I really think that like in these relationship conversations, one of the reasons why there's such a tug of war between men and women is because we don't recognize, and when I say we, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. I don't think we women sometimes really understand that like us and men think a lot differently. Like we don't think the same on a lot of things. And it's so funny because in dating, especially when I was younger, always felt like I was trying to change somebody's opinion or change their opinion about a particular topic or whatever. And then I had to realize as I got over, like, girl, you can't change nobody, which I ain't really trying to change nobody, but I do be thinking that I know everything. And so I be wanting to you should just think like me. And no, we're different people. First of all, we different genders. And yes, as humans, you know, we do want similar things. We all want to be loved. We all need to, you know, food to nourish our bodies. We all need to be in good health. You know, we are humans. Humans are social creatures. So human interaction is very important for both men and women. Yes, those types of things are fundamental, correct? However, the way we see the world, what we want out of the world, two different things a lot of times. And because of that, we find there's a lot of conflict between men and women. Unnecessarily. All right, y'all. So we got a whole lot of orange juice for this glaze. If you have like I highly recommend if you're going to do this you can use orange juice that you buy, but that's going to be like pasteurized and all that kind of stuff. We want fresh squeezed orange juice. So I would recommend either getting like a little citrus juicer like this, or you can just squeeze it yourself. Those oranges are pretty ripe, so they were ready to be juiced. But just make sure you use fresh orange juice, y'all, because we need zest too. All the flavor we adding. So we got our orange juice, our orange zest. We got some garlic. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my broccoli on, get this pot heated up, and then we're going to start our salmon in just a minute. All right. Wait a minute. Let me look and see what y'all are talking about in the chat. Selena says some do not know what they consider value in a relationship. They don't. I really think that. And you know what? As a young 20-something, I didn't know either. To be honest, I really don't think it wasn't until probably once I turned about 35 years old that I really started I started seeing the world from a different perspective, really started talking more to the women that I know were in situations that I wanted to be in, i.e. marriage, right? So like once I really started like growing up and becoming more mature, talking to other people that were in situations and circumstances that I ultimately wanted to be in, I started to realize like, okay, like there are some things that are important to me, but there are certain things that I feel a man should bring to my life as a form of value. Like like I said earlier, I come from the school of thought that everyone in your life should bring you some sort of value. And it doesn't mean I'm not talking monetary or that someone you can call and ask for money. I'm not saying that. It could be something as simple as you have a friend or a family member in your life where you can just talk and laugh. That person brings you so much joy. You can be in the worst mood in the world, but you call that person and you know they're going to make you laugh. They're going to make your day feel better. And vice versa. You should be bringing value to everyone's life that you're in, period. Like, if you just here to gossip, if you just here to mooch, if you just here to always be sucking the energy out of me, I don't need you. I don't need you. And you don't need to be in anyone's life doing that as well. Y'all, that's, child. Let me tell you something. All right. What else? We got some more comments. Derek Gaines said, wouldn't that be true for women who only talk about money, like a guy who only talks about sex? I think I missed what we were talking about. But yes. Okay, I remember. Yes. Yes. I remember what you were saying, but I can't articulate it. Sorry. First Man Drinking says, facts. Derek Gaines says, chat, if you haven't seen her workout videos, you need to. Yeah, go ahead and check out my videos. You know, I post some workout shorts on YouTube. I got them on Instagram, you know, trying to give the ladies some tips. I'm going to be posting some more upper body workouts. Most of my workouts are on Instagram. So if you're interested, go ahead. Yo, y'all won't believe what just happened. Uh-oh, Theo, what happened? Tell us. Chelsea's live line is here. Thank you so much, Chelsea, for being here. Make sure y'all check out Chelsea's channel and subscribe. She does great content as well as Theo. Make sure y'all check out the Do Better podcast. Theo went live this morning. Let me see what Mona D has to say. Men place a higher value on overall compatibility and mutual attraction and cooperativeness than what we look like, money, or education. Not to say those things don't matter. It's just not high on the list. Yes, baby. Mona is actually going into the next part. What my next whole point is, what do we bring to the table? All right, I'm going to bring up my skillet because we're going to start cooking our salmon in a minute. Oh, Theo said, y'all, we got to see what Theo says. So I did a video last week on Chick from Kendra, and I knew she had a Facebook following. Her fans found my video and in the comments talking ish. I'm sunned them now, and they're trying to bait me into having her. Uh-oh. Having the lady on your podcast? You should. That'll be a good episode. I'm here for it, but I'm here for the drama. All right. I'm going to put my broccoli in here. All I'm doing with the broccoli, so I'm using broccolini. If you're not familiar with broccolini, I'll show you really quickly because this pan is already hot. So broccolini is just baby broccoli. This is what it looks like. I put some green seasoning in here. I'm going to throw them into this pan so they can saute. Oh, Oh, Lord, now. All right. Just some salt, pepper, green seasoning, and a little bit of chicken broth. And I'm going to just let them sit there and do their thing. Just kind of steam a little bit. In this pot, I'm going to put a top over it. And that's it. It's going to be real simple. Alrighty. Because I don't want them cooking too fast. And I don't want them too done. I like a little bite to my vegetables. So, all right. So preheating our pan. I'm going to start out with some coconut oil. A little liquid coconut oil. And I'm also going to use just a tiny bit of spray. So the first thing we're going to do is sear our salmon. We're going to cook it all till it's almost done, but not all the way. I'm going to add in the salmon that I've seasoned already. I'll show y'all in a minute. I'm going to put the salmon skin side down, or not skin side down. This is the bottom part. So the side that the skin would have been on, that's going to be up. I just have 4 salmon fillets here that I'm just going to have them sear. Wash my hands. Probably could have let that heat up a little bit longer, but we'll be fine. All right. So we'll let that sit there. Let them cook on a few minutes on that side, and then we'll flip them. All right. Let me check out the comments. All righty. Okay. So here's the question. Here is the ultimate question. What do you bring to the table? Like, do you know? Both men and women. Put one in the chat if you know from a relationship perspective what you bring to the table, the proverbial table. If you know. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't know. Put a 3 in the chat if you're unsure. And I don't care if you're married, single, or whatever. Let me know. 1 in the chat if you know what you bring to the relationship table. 2 if you don't know. 2 if you don't know. And that's it. Yeah, 1 or 2. Let me know. Let's see what else. Oh, Theo got the people from Facebook. They mad at him. They came in throwing insults. I hit them with the logic. Now they want. Oh, Lord. Oh, goodness. Well, Theo's going to have a guest on his show. All right. First Man Jenkins says, I love salmon. It retains flavor so well. I made some and it tasted even better the next day. Yeah, salmon is amazing. All right, we got some 1s. We got some 3s. 1, 2, and 3. You know what? Really, Derek? All right. So let me say this. Uh-oh. Let's flip this already. Ooh, look at there. Yes. Be careful when y'all flipping your salmon. You don't want it to break for presentation purposes. Ooh, this looks good, y'all. Ooh, that one looks good too. So yes, this is what we want. We want a nice little brown color. All right. That salmon is looking good already. Who we got in the chat? Team Patterson. I can watch a sister cook all day because it's a rare occasion. Most women can't make ramen. Who you know they can't cook ramen? Come on now. Come on. Glamorous D said, I don't even like salmon, but it looks good. Just wait till we put the glaze on, boo. Okay, look. So, what do you bring to the table? One thing I will say this. I think that I said it earlier and I'm going to reiterate it. Both men and women, we view things differently, right? So so our view on what's valuable is also going to be different. And Mona D kind of touched on this earlier, from like saying how men, things might not be as important to a man that are important to us as women. And I will say, as a woman who has dated and dates, that yes, it took me a few minutes to learn that like what I feel is a value from me is not necessarily what a man views as valuable in a woman, if that makes sense. I hope I'm articulating myself well. Secondly, I just have to note, just make this point. I really do feel, now hear me out, I really do feel that the average man has the ability to provide and protect, okay? Just like I feel like the average woman has the ability to be nurturers and to be a helpmate. They have the ability. Not whether they're doing it or not, that's beside the point. And also, I will say this, not everybody is willing to provide and protect not every man is willing to provide and protect for every woman, and not every woman is willing to nurture and be a helpmate to every man. And that's why we, in the situations that we in. All right, y'all, we're going to take this out because this is cooking up really fast. Let me get a plate. I'm going to lower my temperature. Oh, no. We might get a break apart. I need my other. All right, there we go. Okay. Because we are going to finish cooking this with the glaze. We just wanted to get a good sear because we don't want this to be overcooked at all. Salmon can cook pretty fast. I find that a lot of people, when I used to do meal prep, y'all, because I used to have a meal prep company, so many people would tell me like, oh my God, how do you get your salmon to be so good? Even when I heat it up, it's still not dry. That's when I knew I needed to have a YouTube channel, because people don't be out here doing it right, y'all. People don't be out here doing it right. Mona D says, can we get 4 more likes? Thank you, Mona, for keeping up with the likes. Leslie Peach Tolliver says, pretty sear. Kaya says, hey, my sis in chat, happy Tuesday. I'm working and listening. That salmon looks amazing. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much for joining. All right, so I got this heat on relatively low. I'm going to start by adding some minced garlic. This is my little, this is one of my silicone utensils that came in this set from Mr. Derek. Shout out to him. All right. So this is going to go real quick. Orange zest. This is the zest of 1 orange. Orange juice. The juice of 2 lemons. All right. All right. So what's going to make it tipsy? Tequila. All right. So normally I did this out of order, but it's fine. Normally I would actually add the liquor first, but it's fine. So I'm going to put in about a half a cup of liquor. And the reason why I usually like to put in the liquor first is because we do have to let the liquor evaporate, the alcohol evaporate off of it, but it's still going to leave that flavor. Derek is in the comments. I can't pull it up right now, but he's in the comments talking about Henny. If you want to use Hennessy, you can. You know, I'm trying to expand our horizons here in our community. And to be perfectly honest, I don't like Hennessy. I'm a tequila girl. Okay? All right, so I'm going to let this kind of sit here and do its thing for a few minutes. That's going to cook out the alcohol. If y'all were here, you could smell it. You could just smell the alcohol cooking off. And once that does that for about a few minutes, then we're going to go back and I'm going to add in the rest of the ingredients to make the glaze. All right. So now we know, the average woman and the average man, they have the ability to nurture and all that kind of stuff and provide and protect, yada, yada, yada. Yes, you can use vodka too. We know not everybody's going to bring the same thing, or not everybody is going to want to bring the same value to this everybody. And I think the reason why that is because, or why you find situations where people aren't seemingly bringing value to the relationship is because, one, people don't know each other. I think that in this day and age, especially in the hookup culture, we have so many people not really dating to get to know each other. They're just kind of dating to get to the physical part of the relationship. And then once they realize, oh, all we do is maybe go on a few dates and have the little horizontal tango, there's nothing really fulfilling in this relationship. You ain't really doing nothing for me. Other than that, like, why are we here? So this is why, again, I feel like dating and courting is extremely important. Because in that dating and courting process, not only are you going to learn who that person is, if y'all are compatible, if y'all have the same values and all that other kind of stuff, you're also going to understand what that person wants. Like, these are conversations that people should be having relatively early in the dating process. Like, what is it that you're looking for? What do you want out of a man or out of a woman? What do you feel? What type of, if you are looking for a wife, what does that wife look like? What type of woman would you deem is a wife material? Conversely, what type of man do you feel is a husband? Like, why are we not having these types of conversations? Because at that point, once you know, okay, our values align, we're getting to know each other, we have similar interests, and our path in life is similar. We're on the same term as far as what we're doing in this relationship and where we want to go. I can bring this person some value, right? I can be with this person. At least that's how I see it. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. Y'all are really talking about adding tipsy stuff to this food. We got vodka. Yes, if you want to use, you don't have to use tequila. You can use any type of liquor or alcohol. You can use vodka, tequila, Hennessy, all that kind of stuff. It's going to change the flavor profile a little bit, but typically, a rule of thumb, most liquor is going to go very well with citrus. Period. If you don't like oranges, you can use lemons or limes, but I felt like orange was different. It's something you don't see a lot. All right, so this has cooked off enough. We're going to first start out with adding some honey. That's about 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon and a half. So make sure when you're using honey that you're using like real honey, like raw organic honey, unfiltered. We don't want the fake honey. We're using all natural ingredients as much as possible. All right. Our broccoli is done. Our rice is looking good. All right. So I'm going to also add in some brown sugar swerve. So this is a sugar substitute. Typically, yes. If you want to use, I was going to say, typically you can use brown sugar, regular brown sugar, but because we're cooking for health, because we're trying to mind our calories, numbers of carbs, and additional sugar, we're going to use this substitute. It measures just like sugar, so you can use a 1-to-1 ratio. I'm just going to add in a couple tablespoons of brown sugar swerve. Again, we're making a glaze, so there is some sweetness. I will say this, if you like the whole sweet and spicy situation, you can season your fish with some type of pepper. I actually was going to add in some, let me turn this up a little bit. I actually was going to add in some Thai chilies, but I didn't want it too spicy for my daughter. Although she ate what we had. Let me taste this. Oh, baby. Baby boy. If it wasn't for the fact that this is going to be for my child, I would go ahead and add in some more liquor, but I was conservative today. All right, so I'm going to add back in. Oh, no, I broke my salmon. Oh, well. I'm going to add in my salmon back into the pot. Trying to be careful here. I don't want to break the salmon up. All right. Okay. Now that is back in the pot, you want to get a spoon of some sort, or you can use even like a pastry brush, and we're going to spoon the glaze or brush the glaze over the salmon. I should be using a wooden spoon, but we're being careful here. So this is, oh, y'all, this smells so good. Oh my God. This is going to be delicious. So depending on how done you made your salmon before you took it out, that's going to determine how much longer you need to cook it. I don't want the salmon to be too overdone. So I'm only going to keep it in here a few minutes. I'm actually going to add the top on top and let it cook for a few minutes, just so we can make sure it's done all the way through. The steam will help cook it through. But try to make sure you're using like a nonstick pan, because the glaze, the sugar, the honey, and everything, it can stick, and it could be for a messy situation. All right. How does that look? Oh, that looks so good. All right. I'm going to add our top. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Quick top, just for a few minutes to finish cooking through. Theo, I need a sound thing. I'm gonna have I've been drinking. You have one of those on your soundboard. Don't you have that? Smoke and Talk says put some cannabis in it. You know what, y'all? I want to do that. I don't know if that is something that would be well, there is a population of people that would probably enjoy that. It's legal here in Arizona. I would love to do like infused cooking one day. I've never done like a meal infused with cannabis. I have done like of course I have made like cookies and things of that nature, because it's easy for like the butter and stuff. But I would love to do like an infused meal. Y'all tell me if that's something that y'all would be interested in. There's lots of benefits, lots of medical benefits. Kaya says Smoke and Talk. I'm sure. Yes. Let's see. All right. My computer is really not working right today. Glamorous D said I would cook sweet potatoes with broccoli and gold rum. For Christmas, or not for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, I usually do an orange glaze over my sweet potatoes, and any type of bourbon would be really good with that. Ooh, I'm going to do that for Thanksgiving this year. I'm going to do like a bourbon orange glazed sweet potatoes, candied sweet potatoes. That sounds amazing. Selena says yes to the cannabis. Okay. I don't know if that was earlier or... Thanks for making the likes match the views. Thank you so much, y'all. Derek Gaines says the conversation is the key. If I be quiet long enough, I find out the answers to questions I haven't even asked. Yes. So that is the whole point I'm trying to make with like dating. Like, what are y'all talking about when you courting, when you dating, when you trying to figure out if this is something that you want to do with one another? Ooh. Oh, I can't even talk. Look at this. In that time, honestly, even if you are a man or a woman of little words and you find yourself on a date or just dating someone who's a talker, my grandma used to say, if you would just shut up, you hear it, you learn everything you need to know. Just be quiet. And people will tell on themselves, good or bad. But you have to listen, though. You have to listen. And I find that both men and women have a hard time actually listening to comprehend. It's more so listening to respond. I can't tell you how many conversations I have been in, whether it's at work, whether it's at the gym, no matter where it's at, where I am talking to someone and they ain't listening. They not comprehending what I'm saying. So at that point, I just stopped talking. But yes, talking to someone, having a conversation, communicating, that is how you learn who people are, what they want out of life. And if that person is compatible to you and you are compatible with that person, what someone brings in life, the value that people bring, it's going to be very subjective. Derek, all y'all alcoholics. Yes, First Man Jenkins. All y'all are alcoholics. Derek says, Grant, okay, y'all really with this alcohol. Okay. 20 more minutes and I'm off to work. Pray on it. All right, have a good day. Y'all are down with the cannabis infused? Let me know. Craig Lamar is in the building. Hello, Craig. Thanks for joining. He says 1800. Or no, that's Derek Gaines that said 1800. But Craig is here. He says hello. All right. Let's see what Swift says. Swift 72 says, for me, it's simple. I'm gonna turn it down. For me, it's simple. If they overshare, spend all their time talking about how exes dog them out, bragging about what they've done or who they know, people tend to tell a lot with what they say. They do. Again, conversation, communication is key. In real life, it's up to you to determine what is valuable to you in a relationship. And it's also, like the doctor said, it's up to you to bring more to the table than just sex, women, and also men. You know, as a woman who dates men, I can tell you, I have seen very nice guys, but like they really aren't bringing much. And I'm not talking about what they do, what they make in terms of that. Like the conversation is dull. They're not funny. Their personality is just really flat. They don't know how to have that, you know, they may not be that emotionally mature. So like they can't read the room. They don't understand like if someone is social context includes like all of those types of things. And I have been around and know of men who they only bring nothing but sex to. So like it goes for both men and women. You got to bring something to the table. And in real life, I don't like the table conversation. I personally think it's dumb. I really do. And the reason why I think it's dumb is because, first of all, like I've been saying this whole time, it's very subjective of the value that you need in a relationship. What Derek views as valuable from a woman is going to be different than what Brian views, is going to be different from what Theo views. I can just keep going. Y'all are different people. We're all different people. So we're going to all have different wants, needs, and desires. However, I do feel like this. If you operate from a place of making sure that you leave people better than where you met them, you'll never have to worry about what you bring to the table. Always understand when you're entering into a relationship, no matter what the dynamics of the relationship, whether it's a platonic or a romantic relationship, know that I want to bring value to someone. I want that person to be like, man, like Terry is an amazing person. Like every time I'm around her, her energy is great, you know, or she's offering me up great advice, or she always makes me laugh, or if it's a man, she makes me feel good. She makes me feel attractive and wanted, all of those things, because those are all the things that most people want, right? You should be able to bring those things just naturally. And I feel like sometimes people are so concerned about what they get from people, they're not recognizing what they're able to give. They're just get. I just want to receive. There's nothing wrong with receiving. We all like to receive. But you should be able to offer something to people as well. So if you operate from a place of, I'm always bringing value to folks, I'm always leaving people better than where I found them, you ain't got to worry about what you bring to the table. Because you, off top, you bringing value. But that's just my perspective. I ain't no relationship expert. Derek Gaines says, big turnoff for me is a woman that cuss a lot. I don't like to hear that energy. You know, it depends on the circumstance. People who know me know I can have a potty mouth. But I also know how to stand in front of courtrooms and judges and, you know, CEOs and directors of companies. So I'm very multifaceted. You're going to get a whole lot when you deal with a woman like Terry. Team Peterson says, looking at that food while you fasting is torture. Cook after sun goes down, please. I'm sorry. Is it still, are you practicing Ramadan? Is it still Ramadan? Is that why you fasting? All right, y'all. It's time to play. It's time to play. All right. We're going to make our rice cute. Remember, we're having jasmine rice with our salmon. The jasmine rice has been seasoned with a little chicken broth, some lime juice, as well as a little garlic. And I also added cilantro in here too, y'all. So the rice is not dull. I highly recommend you use chicken broth when you're making your rice, or just season it with your favorite seasonings. Chicken bouillon powder is amazing, adds in some great flavor. I always recommend seasoning your rice. I see we have a visitor here. All right. So first, Maggie, the substitute teacher, is coming through to show support. Thanks so much, Maggie, for joining. Thank you so much for the support. Y'all make sure y'all check out Maggie's channel. She is doing a collab with our favorite, one of our other favorites, Real Bravado Network. You know, he's a huge, huge supporter of the channel. He is the reason why we even have this pot, y'all. But they are doing a collab this week, and Maggie is teaching the girls what to cook for their man. So, baby girl, if you're trying to make sure you keep that man that you got, go ahead and check Maggie out, because she's showing you how you send a working man to work. You don't let your man go to work without making sure his lunch is prepared, girl. Because Real Bravado Network told us if he don't bring lunch, the ladies at the job gonna make sure he eat. All right. So here's my little mound of rice. All right, here. I'm going to add in a few little broccolinis, and then we're going to add some salmon on our plate, and then it's going to be time to taste, okay? Ooh. All right. All right. Then last but not least, we got our Tipsy orange glazed salmon. Uh-oh. Let's turn this off. Be careful, y'all, because this will, if you're not careful, the glaze will burn. Yes. Woo. Okay. I'm going to use a spoon to spoon off. Okay, it looks like Team Peterson says, yes, it is still Ramadan, and they are celebrating here. Let me get another spoon so we can spoon over our glaze, and then I'm going to show y'all our final plate. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. If you want, you can put a little glaze, a little bit over the rice, you know. Make sure when you're making your man a plate, once you get your man and y'all know what value you bring, make him a good plate. Give him the good piece of chicken or the good piece of salmon, the big one. Okay? That's what my grandma said. All right, y'all. Here we are. We got our Tipsy orange glazed salmon. We have some jasmine rice, and we paired it with some broccolini. This is our meal for the day. All right. Let me see what's going on in the comments, and then we're going to taste. We're going to get out of here maybe a little bit early. You know, I be in here a long time, but this time we didn't have much to say. What is going on with the computer today? All right, Theo says a curse here and there ain't bad from a woman, but cursing like a rapper, not so much. Don't mind a woman cussing at home, just not in public yet. Yeah, you know, like, don't get me wrong. I can have a potty mouth when I want to, okay? Especially when I get worked up and mad. I'm talking to my friends. When I'm talking to my girlfriends and we gossiping, oh, I'm going to go off if I get mad. But one thing I absolutely hate, and I don't have a problem with it, I hate when I'm in public and I hear like people, men or women, but especially a woman, like just cursing really, really loud, like across the store. That is so trashy. I'm sorry, but it is. I am so sorry. Thank you again, Maggie, for coming in and showing support. All right. Let me see. Soraya says, we're going to take a picture. Soraya says, if my thing wants to pull it up, I did not feel like cooking today, but I'm about to make this. Girl, if you make it, let me know how it turned out, sis. Let me know. All right. Let me go ahead and take a picture really fast. What do we else? First Man Jenkins said Maggie is femininity personified. Yes, she is. I love Maggie and what she brings to YouTube, because in a world full of YouTube mess, it is refreshing to turn on Maggie and she's just cooking and having a good time. She's so wholesome. Way more wholesome than me. Okay. Way more wholesome than me. All right. One more comment. Oh, my computer is driving me crazy, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh, Craig Lamar says potty mouth happens. It do. Sometimes, sometimes it's relevant, but you don't want that to be all the time. Like, you really, especially in front of a dude. I mean, come on now. Like the way you talk to your girlfriends and with your girlfriends is going to be different when you're in front of a man, when you're in front of a professional environment. Like, of course, there's a time and a place for everything. So, Maggie sent over a $5 Cash App for the pretty plate. Thank you so much, Maggie, for the support. Thank y'all so much. All the people who support and the channel, whether it's watching the videos, replaying the videos, sending Cash Apps or Venmos, Zelle, whatever, and also for sharing and liking the videos. And last but not least, those folks that have supported me by purchasing something on my wish list, I really appreciate it. If you feel so inclined to support me in that way, it is not required. I'm not even asking, but there have been people that asked to do so. If you feel like supporting me, you can hit my links in the description below. There is a link for my Amazon wish list. And those are things that we will use on the channel to make up these delicious meals. All right. So let me go ahead and taste this for y'all while I pull up your comments. I've taken my picture. I've taken my video. It's time to eat. Oh, child. Oh. This glaze. Oh my God, I gotta taste this again. This glaze, I could sock this glaze up with a piece of bread. Okay. So let me tell you something. I'm gonna pull up this comment first and then I'm gonna refer to what I was about to say. Men fall in love through the stomach, not sex. All right, y'all. I've heard this a billion times. I'm gonna be a little petty. I don't have no problem feeding nobody, right? But this hand's still empty. I feel like that maybe it's not necessarily true. But I will say this. I do find that men love women who can feed them. Okay, feed them more than some jarred Alfredo sauce. I'll say that. But I don't know about fall in love. Glamorous D, if I eat that, I'm going to sleep. It looks good. Actually, what we made here is it's pretty clean. So you shouldn't actually fall asleep unless you was already sleeping. One thing I try to teach y'all every time we have our lives is different tips and tricks to make this healthy lifestyle work for you. So Glamorous D, not sure if you are familiar, but I am a personal trainer and I'm a fitness coach. I actually have clients in a little more than 2 hours. So I train in person and virtually women here in the Phoenix area. And then I also have virtual clients across the country. I am a certified personal trainer, but I've also undergone a pretty drastic transformation myself. I've always struggled with my weight. And so at one point in my life, I weighed over 320 pounds. And at my lowest weight, I was about 160. And I like to say I'm somewhere in the middle, but closer to the lower part, much closer than the highest part. But yeah, so my channel is really about showing y'all that healthy food and cooking for health does not have to be bland and boring. And one of the things that I want to stress to people is being cognizant of how your body reacts to food. Nutrition is everything, no matter what your fitness goals are, whether you want to lose body fat, gain muscle mass, what have you. You have to eat in a certain way, which
Sorry, I don't understand.
I hate Siri. You have to eat in a way that is conducive to your goals. Also, an important note is sometimes our body is telling us that what we're feeding it, they don't like it. So when you find yourself eating and you're feeling lethargic, you're feeling sleepy, you're feeling super bloated, you're feeling sick, you run into the bathroom, all of these different things, this is your body saying, hello, please don't give me that no more. Okay? Stop. Alert, alert. I don't like that. That is what our body is saying. So, because, oh my God, Siri is nosy. So, because I know that broccolini tends to digest well for me, I like broccolini as opposed to regular broccoli. Regular broccoli actually does cause gas. If you haven't noticed, but the next time you eat regular broccoli, let me know if you find yourself gassy. So broccolini works for me. Rice, that's one carb that doesn't bloat me. And salmon, that's the nice fatty meat. That's a healthy fat that is going to give me enough protein that I need towards my fitness goals. So in real life, and also because we didn't use a lot of unnatural products or processed products, we used our brown sugar substitute, which is has used its natural sweeteners. We also used good honey. There's really no reason for me to feel like I'm about to fall asleep. To be perfectly honest, y'all, when I'm done with y'all, I'm going to the gym and I'm working out, and then I'm working with my clients. So this is going to fuel me till I get back home. We got some good carbs, protein. We got some veggies. We good. All right. We good. Always be mindful of what your body is saying. Oh, Lord, this computer is driving me crazy today. I am struggle streaming. All right, Mona D says, I agree with that, Theo. I don't like the cussing in public too much either. Yes, it's just too much. Oh, Mona says, when is your next non-fish / sale? So probably next week, because we are almost at Easter. You know what? Because I'm probably not going to go live on Sunday because it is Easter. I'm hungry, y'all, and I got to work out. So sorry, I have to eat. We're just talking here. But because it is Easter on Sunday, maybe I'll make, I just made lamb. Damn. I'll make something on Friday. Mona, tell me, you specifically, because Mona is the GOAT. She's one of the best Actually, she is the best moderator on YouTube. She moderates for half of us in here. Theo, she moderates for everybody. Okay, y'all. Mona, I want you to tell me what you want me to cook on Friday. Look, I can't even eat. Tell me what you want me to cook on Friday, and I got you, girl. No matter what it is. The angry black woman persona doesn't work for me. Oh no, absolutely. I don't think anybody wants anybody angry. Nobody wants anybody angry. Cussing at the kids is terrible. Yeah. especially in public, y'all. Like, I mean, look, people gonna do what they do, but like, I don't like when I see people like talking recklessly to kids in public. First of all, it's very embarrassing for the children. And I think embarrassment is a horrible form of discipline. You're literally asking that kid to resent you. So, no, please do not. Yes, cursing at children is toxic and demoralizing. It is. You have to be very mindful of what you're saying to your kids. Yes, we get pissed off. We get mad. My daughter pisses me off, makes me mad. She knows that. When she be acting in her little ways because she's 12. But I really stop myself before I say things because I really don't want to be the reason why my daughter is in therapy in 20 years. Okay. Craig says, or at least it should be different. I'm not sure what you talking about, Craig. I'm sorry. I'm late to the comments. Theo says, yes, ma'am. My sister had a neighbor and she had like all 4 kids under 8, all under 8. And she would be cursing them out like they were grown men. It used to piss me off. Ugh, I hate that. D Swift, I think he left for the day or no? Yes, Craig is saying liking the video. Mona saying thank you all for the cash apps, purchasing items off the Amazon wish list, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I really do appreciate y'all. I really, really appreciate y'all. Broken Traditions. This is my first time in your life. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope you, saw this delicious food I cooked up. Maybe you can cook it yourself. And welcome to the party. All right. Brian, he is out there waiting for you. Yes, the jar Alfredo sauce. We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't. Oh my God. I don't know what Craig is talking about in the comments. Let's see. There's a question. Let me go to the question because I don't know what y'all talking about. First Man Jenkins says, when you're talking to clients across the country, do you suggest home workouts as well? Okay. So it really just depends on the person. In terms of home workouts, actually, I have an ebook on my website. The name of the ebook is it's talking about weight loss, but it actually is conducive for anyone. Anyone can use it no matter what your goals are, because it's really talking about not just the nutrition part. So it tells you how to calculate your macros, what macros are, how to calculate them, how to develop like a meal plan for yourself. And then I also have 4 weeks worth of workouts. So every week has 3 different workouts: an upper body workout, lower body workout, and a total body workout. And there's 4 weeks worth of those workouts. And you can actually do those workouts at home with limited equipment. I will say that it does require to buy a few little things. All of those things are on Amazon. There's links to where you can buy them, what you need. And then also, if you're a person that works out in the gym, you can actually do these same workouts in the gym as well. I do eventually plan on creating or developing another ebook for like strictly gym workouts. So yeah, I do want to eventually do that. But this particular ebook that I have, it definitely will be perfect for home workouts. I love good chicken dish, maybe some flavored wings. Ooh, I love cooking wings. I got you, girl. So y'all, because y'all in the live, so y'all hear this first. I love to entertain, right? And for the 2nd anniversary of my business, first, I'll just say this. I always do something to celebrate my business with my clients and people who've contributed to my business in some way. And so I usually host my clients and a few friends at my home. I cook for them and we have a good time. We play games. So this last time I did a brunch and I made my tequila lime wings for that brunch. Y'all, the wings were gone. Like there were no wings left. All of the wings were gone. I made tequila lime wings, jerk shrimp and grits, and some other stuff. But those tequila lime wings, finished. I've made those tequila lime wings for a catering event as well. Murdered. So if y'all think that I should make these tequila lime wings, because I got some tequila still here, we can do that on Friday. We can do that on Friday. So let me know in the chat if y'all are down for the wings. Craig says he's just singing songs. Drunken wings. Yes. Yes. All right. Theo didn't know it was I'm about to say Thanksgiving. He didn't know it was Easter. All right, y'all. So make sure y'all check out if you need to, go back and replay the video for the recipe. Very simple. Soon I will be starting to upload, doing little clips of my lives and uploading just the tutorial part of my recipes so that those are on the channel so that you're able to see them. But this dish was really easy, super, super flavorful, and pretty healthy as well. So that's all I got. I got to go to the gym in another hour and a half, get these shoulders pumped up. If you would like to connect with me on social media, my links are below. Okay, y'all saying yes for the wings. Y'all saying yes for the wings. So I think we're going to do Mona. Let me know. We can't go nowhere until Mona confirms that the tequila lime wings is what we're doing on Friday. So everybody who's saying yes to the wings, y'all better be here on the live. Since it's Friday, I might even have me a little drink too. That's what we're going to do. We're going to celebrate. We celebrating because what? Friday, they hung him on the cross, and then on Sunday, he rose. So we're going to celebrate, period. That's what we're doing on Friday. I'm going straight to hell. Okay. Mona, we need your stamp of approval for the wings. We got Chelsea saying yes to the wings. Yvette is saying yes to the wings. Z Swift, or y'all know what I'm trying to say. She's saying yes to the wings. Chelsea said amen, and Chelsea is a woman of God. She said amen. He rose on Sunday, girl. We are going to celebrate. Jesus died for our sins. Jesus died for our sins, and we're going to celebrate that. Because y'all out here sinning too much. Y'all out here sinning. Derek Gaines says, Grandma, I don't drink that. I mean, I could buy. We'll see. I can do that. We can do some drunken wings. We're gonna do some drunken wings. They're gonna be infused with some type of liquor, y'all. The sauce will have liquor. Y'all know I'm gonna make some wings in the air fryer because we want them to be nice and crunchy with the little baking soda on the outside or baking powder. I got you, y'all. I have some wings already because they was on sale. So we good. All right, y'all. I had fun today. I hope y'all had fun. I hope y'all learned something. I hope y'all enjoyed the recipe. I will be back. Woo! We got the stamp of approval, y'all. So I will be back here on Friday, probably around the same time Friday. And we will be cooking Mona some wings, some type of drunken wings, either the tequila lime wings, or I might even figure out some other flavor. So again, thank y'all so much for joining me. Thank y'all for being so interactive in the chat. Y'all have so much fun. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure you share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let everyone know you're subscribing, y'all. Oh, and before I go, y'all, my channel is new. For those that don't know, my channel is very new. I actually just had my first live on January 27th. I already have well over 1,100 subscribers so that I can have my, 1,000 subscriber mark for my monetization status. The only thing I'm working on is my watch hours. In 2 months, I have been able to amass because of you all. In 2 months, I have over 600 hours. I'm almost at 700 hours of watch hours. I need 4,000. So we're growing. We get into that monetization status a lot quicker than I expected. I'm thinking we might even be able to hit 1,000 watch hours by the end of the month, y'all. So thank y'all so much for being here and being engaged. Let everybody know that we be having a party over here. We have a good time. We eat up, we drink up sometimes, and we chat up. All right. I will see y'all Friday afternoon. Y'all make sure you go move your bodies in that gym. Don't be lazy and don't be no couch potato. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one and see y'all on Friday.